Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. Look, I'm missing someone. Val is having some technical issues with the microphone. And yes, Mercury retrograde is in overdrive. So rather than keep you guys waiting, and to take the pressure off of her in terms of, oh, we're supposed to be live and what's going on. I said, I'll start the show. We'll get things going, and gives her an opportunity to fix whatever might be happening behind the scenes without having to, worry about time, so on and so forth. So I'm hoping that she is going to be able to join us. So send out all kinds of, good, positive energy that that she's able to join us. If not, well then, I'll do whatever I can. So welcome to episode 136 of Messages for Lightworkers. So quickly, hello, Eileen, Sonia, Lois, Carolyn, Edward Kenneth, hello. Robert Cornell, hello. Jackie B. Moon Mist, In the Zone, Dawn Turner, Janet, Bora Bora, Lois Tucker. I hope I didn't miss anyone. So, yeah. Fallon, Scald Ottman, Max Girl, Barbara. There we go. All righty. Well then, let's just carry on and do the best we can. And this is kind of interesting for today. Hello, Laura Hammond Davis. So I want to say thank you, of course, to each and every one of you for joining me here and listening to Messages for Lightworkers. And today the message, and we're going to see how well this works, because Val and I haven't had a chance to talk behind the scenes about what we got. So we're going to test it live. Okay. So what I got from my guides today was, it was sort of a conversation that we had. And I had said, okay, what would you like us to talk about? And I got karma. And I said, oh, okay, big subject. Karma as in how? And I got, well, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? I thought, interesting. Okay. So then, are you telling me you want me to talk about our perception of karma? And do we need to witness karma kind of settling scores in order to move forward, or what? And I got, well, that's for you to figure out. But do you really need to witness karma in order to believe in karma? And I thought, that's interesting. That's really interesting. So what is my perception of karma? And do I need to see karma fulfilled in order to believe it? So made me wonder in terms of some of the people that are kind of, in the news, the people that are in our face, and some of the comments that we make in terms of, oh, well, so-and-so always gets away with things. This person could fall into a bucket of poop and come out smelling like a rose, and so on. That is very much part of the karma cycle. And I'm not sure that we need to witness it. We just need to have faith and believe that whatever good that they've done is going to be multiplied, and whatever that they've done that has harmed others is also going to be multiplied. And really, when you think about it, I don't need to um, I don't need to witness them going through their karma because it's not my karma. It has nothing to do with me. I just happen to kind of exist in the same space that they're in now. But whatever karma does with them, that is their life path, right? They have to deal with it. I know that on a spiritual level. On a human level, yeah, we all kind of want to see the bad guy get thrown in jail. We want to see when people do bad things, we want to be able to see them being punished for what it is that they're doing. And I think what Spirit was trying to say is, they will ultimately live the life that they are destined to live, and things are going to happen to them. How they deal with that once they transition, that's theirs. That it doesn't. We all don't need to be witness to it. We just have to have faith that it is going to happen. So, with that in mind, I went to the Intuitive Whispers Oracle, and I pulled some cards, and basically I said what I just said. Okay, do we need to witness karma happen to someone in order to believe that it is happening to them? And here's what I got. I got gratitude for the past. I got feel, don't think. Fill up your cup, and throat release. And when I looked at all four of them, I went, oh, okay. All right. So we are us witnessing what someone else is going through, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant, is reminding us to be grateful for the lessons that they are showing us, for the lessons that they are teaching us as they go on their path, and also to be grateful for the lessons that we are teaching others, that our life experience is a lesson for someone else, right? Sometimes we're the student, sometimes we're the teacher. So the feel, don't think, also kind of confirmed that is on a human level. If we want to think, something is rational or irrational, we want to see bad people punished. We don't always get to see what their punishment is. And is it necessary? We don't really necessarily need to see it in order to know that it is happening. So feel, don't think, is just that. Feel, just know, have faith that what is coming for them is going to happen for them and is going to happen to them. And we don't need to see it in order to validate that it is happening. And sometimes, I wasn't around when, people like Hitler and Mussolini were doing their thing. I wasn't yet in this lifetime. That doesn't mean that I don't believe that, they had to answer for their karma. Their life is sort of an explanation for their karma. Oh, okay, fill up your cup. There is, and And all of a sudden I'm just drawn to the things that are in that cup. Let's see if it shows. Look, we've got crystals, we've got birds, we've got all kinds of different things that are in there. It could be good intention, it could be dreams, anything along those lines. Yeah, fill up your cup. Don't worry about what somebody else has in theirs. You fill up your cup. You live the life that you are meant to live, and just have faith that ultimately we all answer for the things that we've done. We all do, whether it's on the earthly plane, whether it's on spiritual plane, whether it's individually or as a collective, we all do. So, let's not pay too much attention to what other people appear to be getting away with, and just concentrate on what we can do, filling our cup with the things that make us happy. And then throat release. That one I thought was really interesting, because the throat release is the us verbalizing, saying what we need to say, giving language to the things that we do. It's also releasing those judgments that we speak out, right? So when we say things like, oh, so-and-so always gets away with everything, it's almost like we give more power to what it is that they're doing, because there's so many people are saying the same thing. Oh, they always get away with it. And the universe hears, oh, okay, well, they always get away with it, right? So paying attention to how we verbalize and how we say things, could have an effect not only on us, but on them as well. So I thought that was kind of a little interesting, little interesting. So, anyway, just Maureen D'Amico, hello. Sue Toffee, hi. Hope Suzanne. We've got Suzanne is here. Hello, Jay McKessie. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Yeah. And yes, Lois, yeah, we don't need to see it happen to them. We just need to have faith that it will. And how the universe is going to dish out that karma, or how it's going to play out, really and truly isn't any of our business, right? Because ultimately it doesn't affect us after the fact. It may have some effect on us while it's happening, or while people are doing things that we have no say in, and yet we seem to be kind of the beneficiaries of some of the things that they are doing that are not necessarily nice. I think if we pause and think about, okay, the bigger lesson, the 30,000 feet view of things, there is a lot more going on that we may not be aware of. We absolutely may not be aware of. And it plays out the way that it's supposed to. And really, even if we were, hello, Debbie Smith, even if we were, and Elizabeth, hello, if we were to witness them getting their, as they say, just desserts, would it change anything? Would it somehow make whatever they did okay and forgivable because, well, we saw them, we were there when karma came in and slapped them upside the head and said, "Oh man, you didn't really do that." It doesn't change anything. So if we can look at if we can look at it from a sense of, they're what is waiting for them and what they are going to go through is going to be far beyond anything that I myself in this little earthly reincarnation can propose happen to them. It's not up to me. It is they will ultimately determine their own karma, their own experience of how they're going to have to deal with it. So I think very often when and yes, Maureen D'Amico, my heart breaks for the children, and I pray that the monsters will receive. They will. They absolutely will. And it's we might consider that, we round up all the bad guys who are hurting children and who have hurt children. And let's say we could round them all up, put them in one spot, and then what? What are we going to do with them? We could unalive them slowly. It still doesn't take that child's pain away. It may give that momentary, satisfaction of, well, they won't be able to do that again. You're right, they won't. But it doesn't lessen what they have done. It doesn't take away the impact of what they have done. It doesn't make the victim feel any better. So I think that's where a lot of that throat release comes in, where we can say out loud, that's your karma is your karma. It has nothing to do with me, and whatever the universe is going to dole out for you, that's what it's going to dole out for you. I may be around to witness it. I don't have to be around to witness it. And even if I do witness it, it really doesn't change anything, right? So, I think this is kind of it. It's an important discussion, I think, because each and every one of us has a different perception of karma. And all we can do is we can be the support system for people who have been harmed by others. We can be their cheering squad, and we can stand without judgment. Right? So it's not, and I've heard this before, people will say, well, you kind of signed up for this. What? Who would sign up for something that unimaginable? So, we reserve judgment for the victims. We are there to support them. We are there to believe them when they tell us what they're going through. We are there to validate that their feelings of what they're going through are real. They're not imagined. They have value, and that one incident or incidences that happen to them do not define who they are. That is just something that happened to them. And we support them as they progress forward in their journey, in their growth, and so on. So I did notice, hello, Barb P. Terry Mullins. Hey, Rossi is here. Hello, Rossi. Okay, Liza Field. Hello, Liza. And yeah, Debbie Smith says, I pray every night that 45 and all his minions get the justice they deserve. And they will. I mean, think about it right now at this moment. Do you think that 45 is happy? Or 47, whatever. Do you think he's happy? Do you think he's ever had a moment of unbridled joy? Do you think that he wakes up in the morning and says, what a fabulous day it's going to be? No, he doesn't. I can tell you that for a fact. He doesn't. Because it's not something that is part of his life. Joy is not something that he deals in. So imagine what it must be like to constantly be thinking about next steps, to be thinking about how you're going to get the other guy before the other guy gets you. To constantly be looking around corners and thinking, yeah, who's going to come after me? Is this secret going to get out? That, I mean, in the pit of my stomach, I think, no, I would not for all the tea in China and all the money in the world. I would not want to trade spots with him for 10 seconds, let alone longer than that. Same thing for the people that he has surrounded himself with, that are kind of the like-minded people. It takes a lot of energy to constantly be on your toes, to constantly be looking out for where the slings and arrows are going to come at you, what is going to happen next, and so on. So it's not pleasant. It's not nice. They don't have a lot of the things, even for all their money. And money isn't energy. Money only has the value attached to it that we assign it, right? If we don't put a particular value on money, it ceases to have power. It ceases to have any kind of worth, because we have stepped back and we have decided that the value that we are going to put on quote unquote physical currency no longer exists. We choose to put more value on someone's kindness, someone's compassion. Those are the things that all of a sudden become more important than money. So if you're the guy who has spent your whole life going after the accumulation of wealth, the accumulation of things, and just when you think that's it, I've got it all, I own every piece of real estate and every dollar, every whatever, and it's like, yeah, So it doesn't it doesn't mesh with what everybody else is doing. So then where has it gotten you? You have spent a lot of energy in pursuit of something that ultimately had no value at all. That's not when you think about funerals, for example. Um, I've never been at a funeral where the family of the deceased or the friends of the deceased said, well, when they passed away, they had $3 million in their bank account. They were mortgage free. People don't talk about each other that way, right? What do we talk about at funerals? We talk about, well, you know what? So and so was just an asset to the community. They, when we built that new playground, right next to the schoolyard, they were there, 4 Sundays in a row, and they were digging the holes and things so that we could put up the swing set, and they did that. And oh my gosh, you could knock on their door any time of day or night and ask for help. They were always willing to help. They were always very accommodating and very helpful in any way that they could. And we talk about the things that they contributed to the overall society. We don't talk about, well, they moved from a 700 square foot home into a 7,000 square foot home, because that's not what most people care about. So I just quickly, as I've been talking, I'm seeing some of the comments, and I do want to make reference to some of the comments here. Yes, Vivian. Yeah, money can be a vehicle for our destination, but it's not the destination. No. And I think a lot of people realize that, in during the Great Depression, when all of a sudden a lot of the people who had the wealth, and it was gone overnight. It was gone. And now they had to think about, okay, well, what's my value? What do I bring that I share with the rest of my fellow human beings? Is it money? Well, apparently not. It can disappear in a moment. Is it possessions? Well, a fire could destroy all that. So what is my value? My value is what I bring to other people, how I enhance other people's lives, what I am able to offer of service to other people. That's where the value is. Yes. And yes, Acadian proud. Yeah, they care about having more than the person next to them. Yeah, the right to say that piece of dirt is theirs. Yeah, exactly. It's, I get on my horse in the morning, and when I start to, gallop on my horse, as far as the eye can see, all of it, it's mine. It belongs to me, nobody else but me. Okay. What do you want? A medal? Like, are you able to, what are you doing with all that land that you own? Are you producing something that is going to be of benefit for for society? Are you subdividing it so that you can put up affordable housing for people who would otherwise be homeless? What are you doing with it except possessing it? It's mine. Good for you. It's yours. Okay. Yeah. Me. Yeah. We have to let go of the me, and start thinking in terms of we. And I don't mean that as in the French, we. So let me just scroll up, and I'm going to do that. And what else do we have? Yeah. Yes, Terry. I believe to do less would require me to judge, and we are not to sit in judgment. Exactly. No, nobody has approached me and said that I was voted queen of the universe and yeah, I could make decisions. No way. No way. It didn't happen to me and it didn't happen to anyone else. And it's probably not going to. Yeah. And Hope Suzanne said, sending them negative energy allows that energy to grow. I try to instead give them no energy and send lots of love. Yes. Yes, I do. As was pointed out quite a long time ago here, I observe, I don't absorb. I used to, until I learned that it didn't do me any favors and it didn't do anyone else any favors. So I can sit back and pretend that I'm watching a movie and I get a good sense of how the characters in the movie are going to react to certain things, but that doesn't mean that I have to become part of the movie. I can just watch. And I can disengage anytime that I choose to disengage. You know, if I have to get up to go to the little girl's room, I don't feel like I have missed something. You know, it'll take a minute to catch up, and I'm there. So yes, send light love. And Terry Mullins, yes, sweetheart, you are repeating my shine your light mantra. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Send them love, light, compassion, and unity. Send it anywhere to anyone in the world that needs it. And then after you send it, just let it go. You have no, you're not invested in the outcome of that. I send it to you. I send you love, light, compassion, and unity. You do with it how you see fit, right? Absolutely. And who else do we have? Who else do we have? And Barbara said, yeah, to me, it's about a person having consequences so that other people would think twice to do anything like that. That's what justice is supposed to be for. Well, it should be. Yes, it should be. And if that was the case, then after 2,000 years, you would think that we would no longer have prisons. We would no longer have jails because people would have learned that, you know, if you kill someone, you're going to prison for life. Apparently, that's, you know, putting people in jail and so on. It doesn't have the effect that we think it's going to have the effect. Basically, what we've done is we have removed that person from society, or at least the part of society that we belong to. But, you know, there are societies in prison as well. So, you know, we may feel justified that, you know, the consequence of their action is, you know, that they are removed from where we are, but they are still part of something somewhere else. So, you know, justice is mine, saith the Lord, right? Or vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And a lot of things having to do with justice and punishment just don't always work out the way that that we would want them to. And I think, you know, maybe the better thing would be to think in terms of, well, okay, if I'm going to stand in judgment, if I'm going to if I'm going to punish people, how would I punish them? And yeah, putting someone behind bars only removes them so that we are not facing them every day. It does nothing to educate them, to improve their circumstance, to teach them why what they did was wrong, and so on. And in some ways, I think if we look at the native, the indigenous people's culture and how they deal with punishment, it's a much kinder, gentler system, and it's a lot more effective. And the reason it is effective, as it is, it not only looks at the victim, but it also looks at the perpetrator. And it looks at how did the perpetrator get to where they are. And it offers them some semblance of acknowledgement for maybe some of the things that they have gone through. It doesn't mean that there is no, as we would see, a quote unquote punishment. It doesn't mean that they get off scot-free. But it means that working with the perpetrator and the victim, maybe they are required to repay the victim in some ways that is going to require a lot more of them than just to say, yeah, I'm sorry, shouldn't have done that, won't do it again, when you know full well that they will. So, we need to look at crime and punishment in a way that is going to be a lot more compassionate, right? That there are going to be things that are going to be required of perpetrators that are outside of what we think of as traditional punishment. Because obviously that doesn't work. If it worked, like I said, after 2,000 years, after 20,000 years, because I'm sure that they had, punishment before 2,000 years ago, there would be no need to put people in cages and behind bars and so on in order to alter what they have done. So there you go. And yeah, Trump was found guilty. Yeah. And Amber, I think that in oddly enough, in this case, the idea that, you cheated on your wife, who hasn't? You stole money from the bank. They make enough money as it is on interest that we have to pay. They have been able to excuse a lot of the things that he has done, because they feel that he has sort of done a lot of that on their behalf. The idea of abusing young girls, abusing children, I think is a bridge too far for them, even for them. Now, there are going to be some that it's not going to bother them at all, but that number is shrinking every single day. that there are many people who were part of the mega movement who now see this as a bridge too far. That, this is a line that you can't cross. That's why Trump is so adamant that this information not get out. That the fact that, yeah, he was friends with Epstein. Oh, hardly knew the guy. I mean, really, he's trying to walk all of it back. And he knew earlier this year that he was, all over the Epstein file. He knew, he was told by Pam Bondi and Kash Patel that, yeah, your name is very prominent among the list of peoples. That's why he is doing everything he can to divert your attention from the fact that he's listed there to, well, look what Obama did. Look what Hillary did. Yeah. Look at this one. Look at that. Look at everything, but don't look at me. And he ran the 2024 election on, let's release the Epstein files. Let's get all the people that are part of the swamp. We're going to identify all of them. Well, a lot of the makeup people are now saying, okay, then identify them. Tell us who the bad players are. Tell us who the people that we should be angry with are. And, that, remember, one of the things that he talked about was, well, the Democrats were, they had, a child pornography ring or whatever that name that they called it, in the basement of a pizza parlor. And right, if you look at it in terms of deflection, it just makes a lot of sense. He is deflecting because he knows that this is, it is. It's the line in the sand. It's the one thing that he didn't quite get all of them to believe in, right? So he's looking to come up with other boogeymen that they could focus on, but the genie's out of the bottle. It's too late. You can't put it back in. So, in terms of the message that I got regarding this discussion is, 47 and people like him, they are going to have to answer for the things that they have done. All we need to know is that it is going to happen. We can hope that we're around to see it when it does, and if we are, that's good. We can all kind of make a little noise and say, yeah, they got him, yay, fabulous. Yeah, he's the Teflon Don is no longer covered in Teflon and all that. It will never erase the damage that has been done to those young girls, to those women who have spent a large portion of their life feeling guilty, feeling somehow that they were responsible. They may very well, and of course, entertainment purposes only, they may have been threatened and bullied into silence. There, people like 47 and those people who have participated in these things. Don't kid yourself. They are spending countless days, hours, and minutes in fear, in dreadful fear of what is going to happen to them. what people are going to say once they are identified, what people are going to do once they are identified. There is not enough money in the world to hide from that. You might be able to do it temporarily, but old sins cast long shadows. You can't get away from that. And I think a lot of what is going on is this is going to be a very large footnote in history. And we can only hope that there are going to be people who are going to learn lessons, who are who are going to think twice about doing what this little cabal has done. Is it going to be the end of that? No, it's not. Until we as a society decide that the future that we want for ourselves, for other citizens, for our family, for our friends, is a society of inclusion and love and genuine forgiveness. This is just going to repeat itself, right? And forgiveness also comes in many forms, in that, when someone does something wrong, and if they are genuinely sorry for what they have done, can we let go of reminding them at every opportunity that, well, back in 1958, I think it was September 9th, probably around noon, if I know you, when you did blah, 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 right? People are not their mistakes. We need to give them an opportunity to let go of a lot of the things that got them to where they are today. Now, that's, yes, if you make a mistake, if you make, a couple mistakes and so on, but when you continue to do the same thing, like abusing children over and over and over and over and over again, then there is no place that I can go to where I can find redemption for you. And it's a good thing that it's not up to me. So, whatever is waiting for them is that is going to be their karma to deal with. That is going to be their lesson and whatnot. And yes, I am sure that there are many, many wealthy folks, yes, Terry, worldwide who are implicated, who are going to be implicated. And, they're, for all their money, it is not going to be protection. They are going to be exposed. And what will happen to them is going to happen to them. I can't really say kind of more than that. And also, think about it in terms of oh, Marby, hello. I meant to say hi to you earlier. I don't know if I said hi, but thank you. See you later. Suzanne, I am not sure who that was. Who was the man who gathered the names of people in jail who committed terrible crimes and said the prayer which had a positive effect? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But yes, let's preserve our most vitriolic judgment, and we just need to know that it will be taken care of. That's all we need to know. It will be done. Whether it's here in this lifetime, whether it's in the spiritual realm, whether it's 20 years from now, 100 years from now, it doesn't matter. It will be taken care of. So just to kind of, go back to the cards that came out. Have gratitude for the past. Be grateful that the lessons that that we are learning through the actions of some of these people are the kind of lessons that we want to take away. The lesson of love, light, compassion, unity. That's what we focus on, more than we focus on, and then he did this and he did that. That knowledge, the knowledge of what happened doesn't make what happened any more traumatic or any less traumatic. So the details aren't as valuable as the actions that people take around it. Okay. Feel, don't think. Yes, feel. You don't need to rationalize what happened, how it happened, where it happened. It doesn't matter. Send out healing. Send out healing to anyone that needs it, and let them do with it what they will. Okay? Fill your cup. Fill your cup. Live the life that you want to imagine for yourself. Let it be a cup that is full of authenticity, of integrity, of love, of compassion, of service to others, of empathy, of understanding, all those things that ultimately have much more value than the financial acquisitions or the acquisition of material things. And then throat release, right? Be willing to speak out against those things that do not serve a higher purpose. Encourage those that are doing things that align with the higher purpose, that align with the world that we are trying to create, which is a world that is more compassionate, that is more just, that recognizes that there is no need for lack. There is more than enough for each and every one of us to live a joyful, harmonious life. And that in that world, maybe we don't need to worry about justice. Maybe we don't need to worry about locking people up. Maybe we can concentrate on, if someone is acting in a way that doesn't benefit the collective. Maybe before we automatically go to punishment and separation, let's see what we can do in terms of helping them recognize what they have done and what can be done to alter that thinking from a loving and compassionate stance. So that's me on my little soapbox. Thank you. Thank you, all of you, for listening to me. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry that Val was not able to join us, but I think that she probably was here in spirit. I'm pretty sure that she was. So thank you to each and every one of you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please go over to my webpage. I'll put it up here for you at marinasheartcenteredtarot.com. Take a look at the courses and classes that are on offer. Book yourself in for a reading. It offers a lovely roadmap for you for the future, so that you can know where some of the things that might be coming up. Now, don't forget, when a tarot reading is like any other reading, it's not cast in stone, right? Because everyone has free will. So, but it does give you a little more of a roadmap on what could be coming up, and the more prepared you are, the less impact that some of those things might have. Could also give you, answers to some things that you've been wondering about that maybe you haven't been able to put your finger on. So take a look at that. Take a look at possibly gifting someone with a reading. And I think we all know someone who would benefit by a reading, but it's like, well, I wouldn't even know where to begin to look for someone to do a tarot reading. Oh, here I am. Hello. Anyway, please do go check out the new and improved marinasheartcenteredtarot.com. And I will see you throughout the week. I'm hoping that Allie and I are going to be able to do Story in the Cards tomorrow at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It is up in the air because Allie has taken a much needed and well-deserved holiday traveling with an RV. So if she is going to be able to get hooked up to Wi-Fi location and so on, we could come at you at the last minute. So keep a watch on the channel. That's one of the reasons you should subscribe to the channel, and make sure that you hit the little notification bell so that you're notified anytime that I'm going live, whether it's on my channel or somebody else's. So, all right, I will leave you all with that. Again, thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for spending part of your day here with me. And I will see you later. Love each and every one of you. And bye for now. Take care.